Well, Josh, we know we're here to talk about your fight, but we got to talk about the big news first, if you don't mind. What were your initial thoughts?
It's not mine. I never met her before. I have no idea what.
The other big news, of course,
Oh,
that
yes.
Cain Velasquez is out. Stipe in the heavyweight title shot.
He's out? Isn't he married?
Out of the fight. I'll try to phrase these a little more completely moving forward. What were your initial thoughts hearing that Cain Velasquez had to withdraw from the fight?
Well, I mean, I wouldn't necessarily classify him as fragile, but he has had a history of injuries in the past. And as anybody could tell you that competed in this sport or followed it closely, I mean, training is rough. Training is the hardest part of all of this in terms of the toll it takes on your body. And injuries are a fairly common thing. However, hearing that he had a back injury is actually pretty troubling from an athletic standpoint, because your back, your neck, those are some things that are really, really important, obviously, but they're also some of the hardest things to get over. And often a bad back injury means your career is done or surgery. So I don't know exactly the extent of his injury, and I hope it's not too bad, because you wouldn't want to see a fellow athlete unable to ply their trade, at least in a manner that way. But what it does say is that the heavyweight division is wide open right now. Stipe, I think, will give a great fight to Werdum. Changes things quite a bit on strategy, but there are some similarities on how each fighter is going to approach this. But that means that myself and Ben, we're going to be looked at as what I believe the next contender for this fight. And the winner of this fight is going to have an incredibly strong position to claim for that spot.
I was going to ask, I mean, certainly I know you don't want to step over anybody or wish bad things, but I mean, does it kind of
I don't
excite
care
you a little
about
bit?
stepping over anybody. Are you kidding me? And plus, it has nothing to do with me anyways. If I get chosen, it's probably because of my comely haircut and my snappy fashion sense. But for whatever reason, if they choose me, it's going to be warranted. I held the UFC title once before, and I could hold it again. So I have plenty of credentials as why I should be fighting for a heavyweight title fight. And going out there and beating Ben is just gonna give them more incentive to do so.
I haven't heard what the extent of Cain's injury is either, but let's say it's just a couple months, a little rehab or something. I mean, he's been promised a shot, and he's a former champ as well. But at this point, do you think it's, Cain, I'm sorry you had your chance, back to the line, buddy? Or do you think there's a chance he could slip in there and still get a shot?
Well, I have no idea what the head office is going to make a decision on, right? I have nothing to do with that. But I know that I'm going to go out there and give the kind of performance that's going to warrant me getting that title shot over anybody else.
The last thing I want to ask you about Cain, I mean, obviously you're not inside his camp, but the guy's 33 years old, as you said, just dealing with injuries. What would you do? I mean, you don't know what he's doing, but I mean, do you think would you look at training first, like what they're doing at AK? Is it a situation where some guys' bodies just can't go through this?
Maybe he needs more probiotics. I would say eat more sauerkraut.
That'd be number one recommendation.
Yeah, number one. Yeah, definitely.
All of AKA, just more.
Yeah, just
sauerkraut.
more kraut, more kimchis. You know, any sort of fermented veggies.